We got the call from Mikey. He just wrapped up the frame yesterday, so we're going to Orlando to pick it up. Here we are. I see it sitting right out front here. Let's check this sucker out. Looking good. Mikey, thanks, bro. I definitely appreciate it, man.
No problem, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So, and for everybody that's watching, dude, how do we get in touch with your shop and how do we find you on social media?
You could email me or call me at our phone number. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok now, so nice. Get with it. And
are you dancing on TikTok?
No, definitely not. I'm just trying to show my work.
Yeah. So. Awesome. BNJ Powder Coating.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
All right, I'll let you get back to it.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, dude. Mikey did a great job, man. That freaking frame looks so clean. I got my seatbelt on. How the hell do we get out of here? Still waiting on some parts for the frame. We got the majority of everything in. I'm gonna be bringing that into the garage a little bit later. We're gonna reuse the old rear end. The original owner, or the owner I bought it from, told me that they resealed it. They said the rear end looked good and they filled it up with some royal purple rear end gear oil. So what we're gonna do today is take off the pumpkin cover, see what we're working with, and see if it's usable. If it is, we're just gonna scuff it, paint it, and then throw it under the frame. It's always a bonus when the guy you buy your truck from or your project from isn't full of shit. Everything he said was true that I've checked out, and even this, man, when he told me he resealed it and they put new gear oil in, I 100% believed him. This is all brand new gear oil. It looks really good in here, hardly worn at all. I think we're gonna roll with it. To help move this project along, instead of disassembling the rear end and sending it off to powder coat with the frame, I decided that if it was all good, we would just go ahead and paint it. So I got with Eastwood and we got their rust encapsulator and their 2K Aerospace chassis black. So the reason we went with this system is because there is some surface rust on the rear end. So the best way to combat that, in my opinion, would be to go with a rust encapsulator. And then to top coat this, we wanted something really hard and durable. So their 2K Aerospace chassis black is actually a two-part system. There's a pin in the bottom of this can, which is the catalyst. So you punch the pin in, it mixes the catalyst with the paint, you shake it up, and it's just like spraying out of a spray gun, and it's much more durable than a regular single-part rattle can spray job. Here's what we're going to start with. We can start at the front of the frame and kind of work our way back. So we'll put in this front cross member first that we took out. Then we'll jump over here, do our engine mounts, and just set in our trans mount along with our idler arm sitting over there. Then we'll throw in this, this cross member. and bolt up our hangers for the trailing arms. So I'm just gonna turn the camera on and start installing some parts. We pretty much got the front suspension wrapped up. I think I'm gonna have to get some shorter shocks. The ones that I have don't look like they're gonna have enough travel once we get everything set, the body on and all that stuff. But we'll worry about that later. So upper and lower control arms are on. The spindles are on. Everything's looking pretty good. So I was moving on to putting on the power steering box. So I was just going back to kind of a factory setup. I was looking at rack and pinion. Right now, the lead times on those are like 3 months out. So I'm just gonna go back with the factory setup for now. So I bought a steering box from Performance Online. I actually got it right here. So this is a remanufactured unit. You can definitely tell it's remanufactured. Finish on it's pretty terrible. There's some damage to the splines right here. Also, the packaging on the unit was damaged during shipping by the shipping company. So I've been working with Performance Online to figure out a solution to make sure everything works. But anyway, so this frame, so this is a 1967 C10. This is right where the power steering unit mounts. So there is supposed to be a dent right here from the factory. From 68 on, there's a dent right there. 67 and previous and earlier models do not have that dent. So basically when you go to mount your power steering box, let's see if I can do this one-handed. It hits the frame because there's not enough clearance on the frame for the power steering unit. So if you don't have the dent on your frame, you could actually buy a mounting bracket set for a 63 to 66 C10 that will allow you to mount the power steering unit to the power steering gearbox to the frame. So here's that unit right here. Got this from Summit Racing. Comes with your mounting brackets. You're not going to use this one. This one mounts on the inside of the frame. The 63 to 66 frame is a little bit different. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to use this. This will mount up right here. I'll probably end up cutting this extra metal off, but we're just going to get it mocked up for now. One other thing you have to do, which I've already done here, you have to clearance your radiator support mount. So you just cut off some material right here. I hate that I had to cut on the new powder coat, the fresh powder coat, but I still gotta install the C-notch back there, so who cares. Let's throw this sucker on and see if it works. Got everything cut and drilled out for the C-notches. I gotta say that was kind of a pain in the butt, and I really hated to cut the frame after we sent it to powder coat. The C-notches were on back order. That just seems to be the theme of this build, is everything's on back order, so you gotta wait for everything to come in, and I just didn't want to wait for the C-notches to come in to wait for it to go to powder coat, so I was just like, whatever, man. Send it to powder coat, we'll just cut it and paint it. So that's exactly what I did. So we're ready to throw them back in, but I want to show you guys what we got going on right now. So I wanted to make sure that anything that I cut on this frame, I would at least get some kind of paint on it. So I did, I painted the insides just to try to prevent any type of corrosion, but it works just like you'd expect it to. If you guys are throwing in a C-notch, just take your time. You don't want to cut out more than what you need to. I took my time, trimmed everything out, made sure it fit nice and snug, and right now we're just going to get ready to throw them back in and keep moving forward. Frame's all wrapped up and ready for the next step. We knocked out our steering, we got our C-notch in, we got all of our suspension parts on. So now we get to move on to the systems. We're installing a Boyd welding fuel cell, stainless brake lines, braided fuel lines. We got a disc brake kit and some other goodies to put on. But we're gonna save that one for another video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel so we can continue to bring you killer truck content. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much for your support. You can also follow Street Trucks on Facebook and Instagram, but that's gonna do it for this video. We'll see you guys in the next one.